If you're thinking about buying a home but you don't have that 20% down payment saved up just yet, then this video may change your life. I have a very simple strategy that can help you increase the amount of money you have for your down payment completely for free. And depending on your circumstances, you could buy a home that's worth over $1 million with less than 20% down. So if you're tired of renting, or maybe you just want to buy a bigger house but you just don't have enough saved up, then stick around. You don't want to miss this one, because this could literally be the difference between getting into the market now and building some equity versus waiting a few more years to keep saving up for that down payment and missing out on the opportunity to get a home at the lower prices that we're seeing today. What's going on, everyone? It's Vazquez. I'm a realtor here in Mississauga with years of experience helping clients buy and sell properties throughout the GTA. If you are thinking of making a move, please reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me, or book a one-on-one call with me. The link will be in the description below. I'd love to answer any questions that you have and help you make a move if that's what you're looking to do. In this video, I'm going to share a strategy with you that can help you increase your down payment so that you can hit that 20% threshold, so you can get into a home that might be a little bit out of reach just because you don't have that money saved up. Before we go into it though, if you do find this information valuable, please just hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel so you keep yourself informed on everything going on in the real estate market in Mississauga, and also to take advantage of any future opportunities that I'll be sharing on this channel. So without further ado, let's jump into the strategy to increase your down payment completely for free and get you into a house sooner. So just for some context, if you didn't know, you can currently buy a house in Ontario for less than 20% down as long as the purchase price is under $1 million. Now, when you do that, you have to get mortgage insurance, which basically just means your monthly payment is gonna go up by a few $100s per month. And the problem with that is that it can hurt how much you'll be able to afford just because your payment goes up, which means you won't be able to buy as big of a home. And in a market like Mississauga, where home prices are very high, any little bit that you can add to your pre-approved amount can help you get into a bigger home. It can be literally the difference between being stuck with buying a small condo or getting into a townhome. So maybe you're approved for up to $500,000 because you only have 10% down, and you're told that, hey, if you had 20% down, we can get you into a home that's $650K. This strategy I'm going to share with you in this video will work for you. And then of course, if we just look at the average price in Mississauga, it's over $1 million. So if you wanted to buy a house over $1 million, you got to put 20% down. So maybe you were thinking about buying a $1.2, $1.3 million detached home, but you just don't have 20% down right now. This strategy will work for you. Again, the information I'm going to share with you in this video will work to increase your down payment so you can get into the home that you want to get into sooner. The market's already started to turn, where activity has been increasing, home prices are starting to go back up, and multiple offers are becoming more and more common. And this trend is expected to continue for the rest of the year. So getting into the market sooner may be more beneficial for you rather than waiting to save up that down payment. And that's why this strategy is so powerful, because it'll allow you to get into the market sooner and not have to wait until you save up enough money to actually make that purchase. So with that context out of the way, let's jump into the strategy. Basically, this strategy is a co-ownership strategy. So what I've done is I've partnered with a company that helps out homeowners like you buy a home and get into the market sooner. So how it works is this company will add money to your down payment so you can hit that 20% threshold in exchange for the future appreciation of the property. Think of them like your silent partner. They're gonna put money into the deal at the beginning to help you actually afford the home and purchase that home. And then you would move into the home and you would live in the home, and you can do whatever you like with the home. You'd be making your monthly payments, you could do renovations, you'd be maintaining the home. The home is yours, you own it, and you're welcome to do whatever you want with it. And then whenever you want to sell, this company will take a share of the future appreciation of the property in return for helping you buy the home in the first place. So basically, they just help you buy a home and they don't make any money off of you. There's no fees or anything. They only make money if the home goes up in value whenever you're ready to sell. I think it's easier to explain this with an example, so we'll go over that now. So let's say you wanted to buy $1 million home. Now with the rules in Ontario, you would need 20% down, which is $200,000, but let's say you only have $80,000 saved up right now. So that would be an 8% down payment, but you do need 20% if you're trying to buy $1 million house. What this company will do is add 12% to your down payment. So they're gonna add $120,000 to your down payment, so you now have $200,000 to make that purchase. Now, if you were to just do the math on that 20% down payment, 8% is your contribution, which is 40% of the down payment, and then the company gave you 60% of the down payment. And then basically how this would look in the future is whenever you're ready to sell, you would take 40% of the future appreciation and the company would take 60%. So again, they're helping you get into the home by helping you increase your down payment, While you're living in the home, you're going to be making your monthly payments, and all the money that's going towards your principal from those monthly payments is your money. The company's not going to touch that at all. And if the property doesn't go up in value and it decreases in value when you're ready to sell, this company will just lose their investment. There's always a risk in investing, and that's a risk that they're willing to take. So again, no extra fees at all. You don't need to pay this company anything. Even if the property goes down in value, you're not on the hook for anything. So let's look at a couple of scenarios of how this would actually play out. Using the above example, if you were to buy the home for $1 million, you put 8% down, which is 40% of the equity. And let's say you own the home for 5 years and the property is now worth $1.5 million, and you've paid $100,000 towards your principal. But maybe things change in your life and you want to sell the house and move. Now here's how it would work. So you'd have a $1.5 million sale price and $700K left on the mortgage. Now once you sell, the bank always gets paid back first. So there would be $800K in net proceeds. $100K of that goes to you because that was the principal that you paid off. So that's your money. And we're left with $700K of appreciation. Because they put 60% of the down payment in up front, they would take 60% of that net appreciation. So doing the math on that, you would get $280K of the appreciation plus the $100K you paid over that 5 years, with a total of $380K that you would be walking away with. And then the company would be walking away with 60% of the appreciation, which is $420K. Yes, I know they're gonna be making more money than you, but that's because they put more money in upfront. That's how that would work. Not a bad situation, right? You're walking away with $380,000 that you wouldn't have had before, especially if you were just renting for those 5 years. Now let's take a look at what happens if the home doesn't appreciate in value and actually goes down. Using the same example, you bought the home for $1 million, lived in it for 5 years, and paid $100K towards the principal, but the property now went down in value and is worth $800K. So again, you'd sell it, $800K is the sale price, you got $700K left on the mortgage. Again, bank always gets paid back first. So now you're left with $100K of net proceeds, but that $100K is towards the principal that you've been paying over the 5 years. So that $100K goes to you and nothing goes to this company. So it's a pretty cool strategy that can help you get into a home sooner, and it's pretty risk-free for you. As long as you can afford the mortgage payments, which obviously we would be making sure you can before you purchase the home, then it's really just a win-win situation. Yes, you wouldn't have as much appreciation if you just bought the house on your own, but again, if you're in a situation where you don't have the down payment ready right now, then looking at that example, at the end of 5 years, you're walking away with $380K that you wouldn't have if you were renting or if you were sitting there trying to save up. And then you can always use that $380K to buy a bigger, nicer home with or without this company's help. It's up to you. So the question you really have to ask yourself if you are planning to buy a house is how much can you save every single year? If you have $50K right now, but you want to buy $1 million home, how long is it going to take you to save up to get to $200K? 3, 4, 5 years? If you wait 3 years, that's $50K a year. If you wait 4 years, that's $37K a year. If it takes 5 years to save up, that's $30K a year. Let's say it'll take you 4 years to save up the down payment, but let's take a look at what the market might look like in 4 years. If it's going to take you 4 years to save up, and let's say the market goes up by 3%, we'll be a little bit conservative there, the purchase price would now be $1.125 million, and you would need $225K as a down payment, which if you're saving $37.5K per year, which is what you would need to hit that threshold, you'd actually have to wait another year because you wouldn't have enough. Now, let's get a little bit crazy and just say that the market's gonna go up by 7% per year. It probably won't go up that fast, but we're just gonna use it as an example. And again, if it's gonna take you 4 years to save up, the purchase price would now be $1.31 million, and you would need $262K as the down payment. Again, you wouldn't have that in 4 years, you'd have to wait another 2 years to hit that mark. That example really is just to show you that it is really hard to try and catch the market by just saving money. Obviously, no one knows how things are gonna play out with the real estate market, but the fundamentals in the Greater Toronto Area are there. There's just a lot of people coming here and just not enough supply, and that does lead me to believe that we're gonna see steady price growth over the long term. So again, the question you gotta ask yourself is, can you save faster than the market appreciates? If you can't, then you may wanna consider alternative strategies like this one so that you can get into the market sooner. Not to mention, this company does have some additional benefits, like if, for example, you lose your job, they can help out with the monthly payments. They have a rainy day fund set aside for things like that. They also have maintenance services that you can take advantage of, so you can just make sure that everything in the house that you buy is working properly. So there's just a lot of benefits there. Now, there are a couple of rules and criteria that you would need to meet if you wanted to work with this company. You would need to provide at least 5% of the down payment of whatever the purchase price ends up being. So you would need at least 5% of that. You're allowed to buy a home between $550K and $2.5 million, and it's gotta be in the GTA and some other surrounding cities. They'll give you up to $375K towards your down payment, effectively allowing you to buy a house that's over $1 million for as low as 5% down. So for example, if you wanted to buy a $1.5 million house, you could put as low as $75K down, which is really unheard of. Back to the rules. The house you buy needs to be your primary residence, so you do have to live there. You need to be able to qualify for the mortgage amount and be able to afford the mortgage payments on the home that you want to buy. You would also need to make the mortgage payments, the utility payments, the property taxes, and all the regular costs of home ownership, like I mentioned before, because you are the one that owns the home. You also do need to pay all the closing costs, but this company will pay their share of the land transfer taxes, so you'll actually save on some closing costs if you decide to use them. Next point, you'd be able to hold the home for up to 30 years. This strategy does work better if you're planning to live in it for 7 to 10 years, but if you really wanted to, you could stay in the home for up to 30 years. And finally, if at any time you wanted to buy out this company's share of your equity, if anything changes and you inherit some money or something and you want to buy them out, you just got to let them know. They'll figure out how much your property has appreciated, and then you'll just pay them that amount. Or of course, you could just sell it and they'll get their equity share of the appreciation that way. Again, this company only makes money with you do, so it's really a win-win situation if you want to buy a home but you just don't have enough saved up just yet. This is a really amazing opportunity to get out of your rental and get into a home that you own sooner so you can catch the market as it starts appreciating again. So if you're in that category where you make good income and you're able to qualify for a larger mortgage but you just don't have 20% saved up just yet and you want to take advantage of this opportunity, definitely reach out to me and I can get you in touch with this company. You can call me, text me, email me, or book a one-on-one call with me. The link will be in the description below, and we can see if you'd be a good fit and get you set up so that you are on the path to buying your next home. And of course, if you want to buy a home but you're not sure if this strategy will work for you, definitely reach out to me as well. I can answer any questions you have and see if this would be a good fit. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you did learn something new, please just hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel because there may be some other cool strategies coming out in the future and you'll definitely not want to miss any of those. Thanks again for watching. Definitely reach out to me if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.